I know there's a need within Hartford.
And we are your back-to-school authority. Catholic church leaders tell us the state they're hoping that parents will soon have more options in the state when it comes to what schools they send their kids to, despite Catholic schools shutting down recently. The new archbishop in Hartford says there is a need and wants to open more of them up. Channel 3's Caitlin Nuclo explains why.
We also want to say that all are welcome.
A message of inclusion as Archbishop Christopher Coyne settles into his new job at the helm of the Hartford Archdiocese.
Pope Francis says we need to go out to the margins, and our schools do a lot of outreach to a lot of different communities and a lot of different people.
So Coyne has his sights set on opening more Catholic schools in Connecticut, specifically in Hartford, which hasn't had one in nearly a decade.
We form the whole child. We form the child not only in terms of their education, learning the ABCs and the arithmetic and all that, but we form them to be good citizens. We form them to be kind and charitable people.
And he says it's about giving parents choices.
When I was in the Archdiocese of Indianapolis, we had 4 Catholic schools in the poorest sections of the city. And in all those schools, more than 90% of the children were not Catholic. But we were there because we saw it as a work and a mission to offer options for education and within those distressed neighborhoods. And I hope the same thing can be here.
Right now, the Hartford Archdiocese is home to 34 Catholic schools and 9,000 students. About 70% of the kids are Catholic, but Coyne wants parents to know they are open for everyone, and he has faith in its proven track record.
Our outcomes are very high. So when children go to our schools, they tend to graduate at a very high level and a fairly educated level.
He also wants to make them tuition-free for some, because the cost can run upwards of $20,000 a year per child in high school.
And one of the struggles that they had to the schools that were in Hartford was that they couldn't get their enrollment up because people just couldn't afford to pay the tuition for their children to go to school. So we would be in a poor neighborhood, and they said, as much as we want our children to go to that school, we just can't afford it.
There is already a group in place brainstorming the next step. The goal is to have either an elementary school or high school open in Hartford within the next 2 years. Caitlin Nuclo, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.